Good afternoon everybody, it's Denise here, Denise Junk Journals UK. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're all well. It is lovely to spend Saturday with you, or some of Saturday, if that's when you're watching. So today we are going to make, well, we're going to use up book pages. I'm going to make all sorts of things. I made this, it was an idea I had in my head that I wanted for the sewing journal, and an envelope made out of collaged pieces and pattern paper over it, and I really like how it's turned out. It's turned out really well. I've got that lovely sewing machine. It's like a puffy, it's lovely, metal looking, but it isn't metal, piece on it that Tanya sent me from Teddy Treasure, and I've put a label on it that says yarn. It closes with an eyelet and some embroidery thread, and I have put some pieces of yarn in it. Come out. This is to go in that journal. Just some vintage ones. So some Anchor. I don't know what that one is. Peacock mendings, it says. So yeah, the other three are all Anchor. So just some pretty coloured vintage threads in there. Of course, when the new owner gets the journal, they can keep other things in it should they wish. That would easily cover over if you wanted to put a label on it and make it something else. It's lovely and tactile as well, so it's just going to be a tuck-in in the journal. Yeah, but it set me off. I've been wanting to do this with my book page, the collage with my book page, for a long time. I've done it before. I'll do some with you, so let's start. I always put plastic down because yeah, I'm messy with the glue. Well, I can be. I mean, I am. But I can be messy and not worry about it. That's the main thing. I mean, my desk would clean, but it's much easier to take the piece that I've done away on the plastic also helps. So yeah, the idea is I want to use some book page up. I think I've cut up about 50 pages with what I've done already. Just torn them with the ruler into rectangles is all I've done. So I've got a few smaller ones to fill, you know, small spaces in, but my idea was to use quite big chunky pieces, perhaps even bigger than that. You could, if you had a big sheet of paper, you could even do full book pages, couldn't you? Or you could anyway, and just lay them on top of each other. But yeah, I've got all those ready, and got one here that I've done, look, because you have to let it dry. So all I've got glue wise is PVA glue mixed with water, and I've done it about 50-50. My PVA glue is quite thick. It's that tacky glue from Craft Delia, clear drying. It is a little bit shiny, and some of the pieces are a little bit tacky when they've had 2 or 3 coats. I have to, well, excuse me, I'm hiccuping. I'm drinking water because it's very hot today, and it's making me hiccup. Yeah, it's not too bad after this coat, but when you put the pattern piece on, you know, this piece, I've got some tissue paper here and some rice paper and some embroidery paper, some deli paper. Yeah, when you put that layer on and it's got another layer of glue, it does dry a little bit sticky for a while. So I think what I want is one of those, are they called cornstarch bags, that you just dust over? I've seen card makers with them. You dust over and it takes the stickiness of the glue off. Now I have a feeling, let me know in the comments if you know, I have a feeling I think cornstarch is what we call corn flour in the UK, and yeah, I've got some of that. I could maybe make my own bag of it, couldn't I, and just dust it over, just in some fine cotton or something. So yeah, let me know. I'm pretty sure that's what cornstarch is. Starch is flour. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, so what I thought is I'd do some more and make some pockets and some tags and things like that out of them. Some with the pattern paper and the embroidery paper, so that they can go in this journal or another one that I'm going to make. Yeah, and some with the other papers. I just like that you can see the book page through, to put into stash. So I think I've got, yeah, I've done three of those and dried them. Once you get on a roll, you can see why I've used so many book pages up now. You know, it's really easy to do, and I took them down and put them in the conservatory, and they dried very bendy, and they've been under these 2 great big books that are on my desk. I've got one in it now that I've just put some embroidery paper on. So if you've got lots of book page you want to use up, you know, do it on book page. If you want to make the envelope, where's it gone? I knew I'd lose it. I knew I would. far can it be? That's hilarious. There it is. All that book page, it's in disguise. Go on in there, you. I was organised when I turned the camera on. Yeah, if you want to make an envelope out of it like this, and you know, you want it to be the right way up inside the text, then you need to have it upside down when you're collaging onto it, so that when, because this will be the inside. Oh, is that right? Yeah, yeah, collaging on that side, and then it'll be turned over. It definitely needs to be upside down. I've completely confused myself now. So if I'm collaging on there, and that comes up there. Right, so the underneath needs to be upside down. Is the underneath upside down? It is, that goes there. That's it. Alright, so it is upside down. It needs to be upside down with the title at the bottom, if that's any help to you, because I might have completely confused you. No, it's not upside down inside. So maybe it's not upside down, maybe it is the right way up. Yeah, it is, look, the right way up. So I'd be... Oh, I know why I said upside down. So if you had papers on here, they were the right way up. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So if you want your papers the right way up, these papers, I did a lot of mine side. Well, I did them all 4 ways, so it didn't show. If you want these, everything in here the right way up, work on your paper upside down. God grief, that was hard work, wasn't it? I'm not making another one of these. Mine's going to be for pockets and tags and journal cards. Right, put that there where I know where it is. So I'm not fussed about that now. So let's just get, and literally just glue. That's all you do, is just paste and glue. So let's get some glue down. So it's a nice task you can do while you're chatting to somebody, or you know, if you just want a quiet moment and you don't want to think about what you're doing. I think that's how I managed to do quite so many. I just sat here in a little world all on my own, not thinking about what I was doing, not thinking about the orientation of the paper, all those complicated things. Yeah, pleasant. So are you noticing? You can't help but notice, can you, my beautiful bracelets? So they were a present from Tanya. She brought them back from a holiday. She brought herself some as well. They're the turquoise stone is, I've got these here, look, these are going to make nice, these are what they came on. Cards for ribbon and things like that. Energize and strength the turquoise, look, natural gemstone, aid complete self-balance. I could do with some of that. Soothing energy, improve mobility and heal the whole body. Yeah, I definitely need that. And I think Tanya's got the same, so we're matching. I said, oh well, I'll have to put them on and show everybody. I don't craft in bracelets though, because lots of reasons. I'm messy. Yeah, I'd spoil them, and they just, well, you can see my little string hanging. I'd have that covered in yes, I would. I'd have it covered in something. I'm just trying to pick different colours of the paper. I don't know how much of this is actually in view. I can't really see. I think it is. Yeah, so I'm just wearing it today just so that you can admire it with me. And I do like to wear new things. So yeah, I'll let you know. I think Tanya's feeling the benefit of hers, but of course just being on holiday. So I think she wants to just keep that healthy, happy holiday feeling. So she's keeping hers on. I don't blame her. She's a much tidier crafter than me. You've probably realised that. If you don't know Tanya, sorry, Tanya is Tatty Treasure on YouTube. She's also a junk journaler. She was one of the very first people I spoke to and watched when I started junk journaling and bought from. Okay, let's go for something. What? Oh yes, a bit of Shakespeare. Shall we see? We'll put him upside down entirely. This is why I need to keep gluing, is because I overlap. So, whoops. Yeah, it won't move around once you've put it down. That's why I cut some smaller pieces, because I had all big pieces when I started, and then I kept doing things like that, and you know, like that little gap there. Now, because it's at the end, I'm not going to bother, it's fine. But if it was in the middle, I like to move my paper instead of me thing, because it's stuck to the paper. Yeah, if it was in the middle. Not so bad on book page, because it's just book page showing through, but I did one on the pink paper, which I'm going to do in a minute. And we have some stamps this way. Yeah, I didn't want the pink showing through, although I have found a piece that is showing through and it's not offending me, so perhaps all that was hot air for nothing. You know me, I go with the flow if I make a mistake. I think a lot of us junk journalists do. Not everyone, there are some perfectionists out there. Want something old and dark there. Yeah. And this is very, I know it's got glue on there, but this is very absorbent paper. It is almost fabric. It's like felt. It drops apart as well. So this is the perfect, so I'm going to put some on the top. It's a perfect thing to do with it. But the colour is just toffee, isn't it? Beautiful. It's a lovely colour, toffee. I don't know if it's because I like the sweetness of it, but I just love the sound of it as a colour. And actually toffee comes in so many colours, doesn't it? But see, I've got a little strip there. Shall we put something on? Yep. I'm going upside down again. I just put the whole thing on, so I'll just give it a bit on the back. Yeah, I have got my white wipes here at the side of me because it's a bit of a sticky job. Not too bad with the brush, but a bit sticky. But like I say, such a lovely thing to do. So I'll do one more with you, just because I want to. So I'm just going to put that all over onto that one. I will, when I finish filming, take it down to the greenhouse, and like I say, it's a hot day. It will, put it on my bin, that's it, put it on my carpet. It will soon be dry. Now, if you don't have black plastic, I've been using these as well. I've got thousands of these. I know a lot of people have opening them up and gluing on them, and they're also good for slipping them inside when you're carrying them around your house. If, like me, you're moving to another part of the house with your craft. There we go. I've covered my bin now with that. Just wipe that up. That's it. There we go. Right, because I'm doing this piece of this pink A4, which is very thin paper, but it worked absolutely fine. I might just get a few pieces and find out roughly where I want them, because ooh, white meringues. What was that? So Neil is at work. Simba is in the shade because it's very, very hot. So I'm pleased to say he's had a couple of hours in the greenhouse this morning. I have had an hour sitting out in the sun chair in the shade because it's so hot. And yeah, he was in the greenhouse. He did move over onto the shade, but yeah, I was hoping he wasn't going to stay in there, and he hasn't, unless he's gone back in now, of course. Don't know why I always start around the edges. That's another really thick piece. Now, you don't, by no means do you have to take all the some white, don't you? All the white bits off like I am. It's just, I'm just doing it without thinking much, really. I guess that's the trick, isn't it? You know, this probably won't go down the way I've organised it now, but at least I'm not searching for pieces while I've got wet glue. Got a piece of that. That's a nice long one. Let's not break it up. Yeah, I think I'll have that one. Okay, so just roughly see what happens. And let's just do this bit at once then. Yeah, so Neil's got one more shift after today, and then he's got 4 off. So I'm trying desperately to get some filmed up in advance, because I'm very bad at getting in my room when he's off. And if it's going to be hot and sunny, which it is. They've said we're going to have 25 degrees for the next 4 or 5, maybe longer days, so I'm sure we will be out and about in the morning. And then come the afternoon, it'll either be in the shade in the garden or yeah, in the front room with the fan on if it's really hot. Perhaps having a siesta. So I need to get some filmed in advance. I don't know why I'm trying so hard to get it inside the paper, because it's so easy to just trim it round the edge. Perhaps I ought to make life a bit easier for myself and go over the edge. I know it looks like I'm on my table, but I'm not. That clear plastic is there. I have to look twice sometimes. Whoops, I'm getting sloppy with it, look. Messy. Okay. Did we have you? Yep, so just go over, Denise, and then trim it. I think that's going to be as easy as anything, isn't it? See, I've got a piece there having done that, but I'll stick something over it in a minute. Let's get the glue on the rest of this. Yeah, so any papers you've got that you want to use up, any printing errors or anything like that. I thought with the pink, I might use it as pockets and things, and then it's got a nice back on it, and you could even use it as tags. Sometimes I like, thinner tags and journal cards. Can't remember where all this went now. You see, that's how it goes. Off that one over there. Just put a bit on the edge because it's that fibrous one. That's it. Over you go. So you can be really accurate and make a proper like patchwork pattern out of it, or you can just slapdash it down. I've done them all. Look at those 3 all the same way. That's why I've got all this space. That's a nice piece, isn't it? Let's do it upside down on there. Oops. As soon as I'm going all the wrong way. See, that's left me with a strange shape. So I'll just put something else. I'm going to have lots of little bits on this one, look. I was also thinking it would be nice to put some fussy cuts on, rather, if you don't want to do the rice paper, the tissue paper, or even you could do 3 layers, couldn't you? You could put the fussy cuts on. Oh, I might have a go at that. And on a different colour. Yep, you'll do. Yeah, and then still put the tissue on the top. That'd be nice, actually. Some flowers or some butterflies or both. Okay, so that's 2 done. And you can see how easy it is to just sit and do more and more and more. I'll leave it on that, I think. So you could easily do, I wouldn't be bored doing 6 or 7 of those, which I will do, I think. I want to use the glue up in my pot. Not now with you, when I've done. Right, I don't want that on my floor. Sit there, that's it. Yeah, I want to use the glue up on my pot. I'll put that on top of there. Rather than have to try and decant it back in, and it's got water in it, so trick these bits out. So these are the ones that I want more that are dry, so you do have to wait for drying to happen, unless you use your dryer on them, of course, if you've got a dryer, a hot air dryer, not a tumble dryer. Which one shall we do? I like this one because I don't think I meant to do that, but it's got this picture on it from the encyclopedia or one of the books. Piece of music as well. It'd be lovely with music paper mixed in amongst it. What papers? I'm going to do a couple of these. The embroidery one again. This one now. How did I do that last time? Because I wasn't sure. I just wet the page, I think, and then put the whole thing down in the middle like that. I mean, I know they're embroidery patterns, but you saw my haul, or if you didn't, it's there for you to see at the beginning of one of my videos last week. What else can I do with them? And That's beautiful actually, isn't it? Would have made a nice page. But there's lots of them. I've got loads and loads of them. So yeah, I'll be doing all sorts of things with them. Not hoarding them, using them up, not giving them space, not finding somewhere for them to go away. They're still in the file folder that I got them in. So yeah, there might be a few of these happening, and then I'll probably stick some onto pages, you know, to be journal pages, because I am getting an accumulation. Didn't go right up there, did we? Of yeah, pages now made up. So I'm about to start lots of covers, and then I'm going to marry them together, and I'll have hundreds of journals. Then what will I do with them? I don't know, but unless they all sell quickly, I'll have to find room somewhere. But we'll have fun embellishing them first, won't we? Right, I think that's what I did. And then, rather than put the brush on the top, see, I've come too far down now. Will you come off? How forgiving are you? Yeah, that's not bad actually. I didn't think it would. Up there, thank you. Oh, that's a wet one. I don't want a wet one, I want a dry one. Yeah, I think that's what I did. And it went down pretty well. Now, I don't mind a few wrinkles. If you don't want wrinkles, you might just want to glue a little bit of it at a time and put it down. And then I might just seal the edges and not. On the pattern paper I went right over it, and it is quite sticky. So let's see. Because I wanted that one to show you, I wanted it to dry fairly quickly. I did it yesterday, not today. So what I can do is let that dry, and then I'll see if it's not stuck down. I can go over it with a coat. Yeah. Another one for the dryer. So I'll do one more of those, which I've got here. And what shall we put on it? I've got that lovely Tim Holtz paper, look. Yes, that's... Is it rice paper or tissue paper? I don't know. It is very similar to what's underneath it actually, but yeah, no, I think I might save that for something else. And the same with the deli paper, because they've got the print on and I've got the print. So what does that leave me with then? I thought I brought some coloured tissue paper. I obviously haven't. Right, let's do another one in the pattern. Oh, don't you want to wait up there? That's a silly place to put it, really. I'll put it on my scrap bin, which is bursting at the seams. It's a good job it's Sunday soon. Yeah, we'll do, because I'd like one with some of this in. Oh, did I already? What's the one that's drying? No, I think that's embroidery. The one that's drying. Right, let's. Oh, what's that? Trousers, pants. Pants front. Yep, so I can do it all the way round and then trim it. I think that's what I did with the last one. I know a little of this pattern goes a long way as well, doesn't it? So I'll be using some of that up as well as my book pages. I'll leave all that on and then trim it when it's dry. Oops. So my holiday's coming thick and fast. Tanya's had hers, and I know she's going away again not long after I come back, I think. So Neil's got 17 days off. I don't know if I've told you that. So we're only going away for a week. We've got 5 days booked in the spa on Windermere, spa hotel, and then two nights, 3 days. We're just going to hit the road, Jack. We're just going to go travelling and find somewhere that we want to stay and just hope they've got vacancies. If the worst comes to the worst, we can come home, but you can usually, if we can't find a bed and breakfast or something like that, you can usually get in a travel lodge, which aren't too bad. It's more about being in. I think we either want to go antique shopping, perhaps some thrift shopping. Go over there. Stop being awkward. It's still not down. Okay, last chance, because we're drying. Come on. It's just that I was trying to get that bit in. Have I got it in? Just. Only just. Right, let's try and get some of the... Oh yeah, that works quite well. Not over here, obviously, because I'd already fastened it down, but if you're not too rough, it is delicate. Don't be rough with it. Yeah, so if we see anything interesting, I will do a couple of bits of film and tag them on one of my videos when we get home. If you're on my Facebook, you'll probably see some photos going up there. But can't wait, really can't wait. Been so long since we've been on holiday. Okay, that's that one done. I know, because we used to go to the caravan. I know you're all saying we went on holiday last year. Well, we did, but we didn't really consider the caravan holiday. It was our home. Hiccuping again. Let me just have a little drink of my water. Oh, it's nearly gone. Oh, that's better. So this is one that I did this morning, and it's been in the greenhouse for a couple of hours. It's very nearly dry. It's not as sticky as that other one either. That envelope one. Yeah, it's not dry. It's definitely not dry. Oh, I know why it's not dry, because I've backed it onto some... Right, I'm just trimming it round the original piece that I put it on. I backed it onto some backing paper. As you would. Yeah, it needed a lot longer to dry. So I was hoping to cut it up and make some tags with it, but it's definitely not ready yet. Shall we just have a look at some flowers on it? How long have I been? Oh, I've barely been any time at all. So I've got my flowers here now in a plastic drawer, because I've got another set of plastic drawers from my friend. You know who she is. So I've now got 3, 4, 5 sets of them. I mean, it is going to be cut up. I just put, did I show you? I just put some of my coffee dyed paper. That's why it's wet, because I only did that as I sat down. But I put the camera on. I don't want to cover all of that up, but yeah, it's going to be cut up into pockets and journal cards and things. But this is a good place to use some of the bigger pieces, I suppose, isn't it? I don't like the white kind. I want something that's quite well cut out. Too much. Ooh. Got all that white. I really need to go in and cut some of that white out. I might leave that out and have a go at it for one of the others. So do I want lots of little ones dotted about? I'm trying to stay away from the roses, because I'm a bit of a roses addict. I've got roses on everything. I'm just drawn to them. There's so many pretty flowers here. Oh, that's nice. That's just purple and white. Let's stick that on. I want to also cut a little bit more of the white out. It's one of those that I don't completely cut it out, because I'll have to cut through the stem to get to it, and then it's where shall I cut through now? There. Yeah, then it's in danger of getting caught and ripped while it's being stored. Once it's about to be put down, I'm happy to go in and cut through. There. And then, repair it when it's on the page. There. Oh, the concentration. Yeah, so I haven't made myself any major plans for today in case it's hot, and then I'm not going to fall behind with anything, and anything I do get done will be a bonus. I thought I just pulled you off. What did I pull off? Oh, just half of it by the looks of it. What about that bit in there? I feel like it needs to come out, sorry. Sometimes I would just ink over and, you know, so it wasn't bright white, and leave it with it having all this behind it, the pattern and the embroidery, the page and the embroidery. I think if I probably just do 4. I'm just wondering about a bird. Where's the birds? Oh, those really big butterflies. I've got some really big butterflies, haven't I? Put this one back. There we go, that's it. Yeah, that don't fit on a lot of things. They're probably all at the bottom. Yeah, you're big, aren't you? You are a monster butterfly. So are you. Yeah, I'll just use them because they're too big for anything else. Yeah, and then I will, maybe I'll put these this way. I haven't glued those on yet. Yeah, that's what I'll do. And then it's got, you know, I've got 4 big, whether it be pockets or cards or whatever you, and I can put tickets on, or should I have one butterfly each way and one, yeah, one flower each way. That's what I'm going to do. Oops. Oh dear. Yes, I kind of went a bit crazy for that then. So you're going this way down here so I can put more around you. Line camera. I realised the other day I zoomed in for you to see more, and then I never zoomed out again, did I? So I'll try not to do that again. I think you saw most of what was going on, but so frustrating. Even, you know, as I watched it back, I was like, oh, I can't see what I want to see. Which way are you going? That way? Over there? I love it when everything's dry and you get to cut them up. I ought to do that with you, didn't I? Yeah, I'll leave them and cut. Maybe we'll do it on the Sunday video with the scrappy makes. Just a matter of cutting them up and inking the edges. Talking of which, yeah, they may then go downstairs to be stitched, I don't know. Right, which way were you going? That way? I just want to leave some of the interesting bits showing. And this one's got a bit of embroidery here, so kind of there, yeah. I've got a wet cloth. Get some of this glue off here. That's it. Yeah, so I got up and got all my jobs done this morning. Let's dry it as well. The dishwasher on and the washing machine on. The dishwasher because, gosh, it's hot, isn't it? Oh, I don't know about you guys, but when my dishwasher on, it really heats the kitchen up. And yeah, the kitchen gets the morning sun, so it's hot in there anyway. So yeah, I got that on and out the way. It's nice in winter. I even dry things and put things on chairs that need, you know, airing off in winter around me. Dishwasher. Strange thing to admit to, but you know, you have to use as much heat that you're paying for as you can. There's a little bit on that corner where the pattern hasn't covered, and I was thinking I'd trim it, but I might not. So I quite like that effect, so it'll need trimming straight, but yeah, I don't think I'll be fussy about that showing. Oh, I like this idea. I'm pleased I've made some more of them. Putting the fussy cuts on. You could put them on the book page first, couldn't you? And then, you know, if you wanted them to sink in more. So the book page and then some fussy cuts. Shall we do that? Yeah, let's do that. And then some paper over the top. Tissue over the top. Oh, I'm running out of places to stand them. Where's that gloopy one gone? Excuse me again. Ugh. To be honest, I've not had any breakfast this morning. It's I was going to say it's too hot, but it's not. It's warm, and I know, you know, I don't feel like eating necessarily when it's warm. Like when I get up and it's cold, I'm like, I'm hungry. Yeah, and if I don't eat, it's not a bad thing because I certainly eat enough. No, that's not what we was doing, is it? Yes, it is. Yeah, we're putting some on here, and then we're going. Let's look for a bird then. Let's move the glues out. No, where are they? Right, I've just got to locate them because everything's moved. Birdies. Birdies? Oh, I know, I took them out. I took them out to put the flowers in there. Here they are. Because the flowers were, did you say I did all those fussy cuts the other day? Bursting at the seams. Right, again, let's have some biggish ones if we're going to make a journal card. And that might be a, yeah, it's an Edith. Might be a wintry one, but it could go away, couldn't it? It doesn't have to be all used. You're pretty. You've got some white on you. Oh, it's a nice way to use up your big pieces as well. No, I don't want any more birds, just do 2 birds. Oh, I do love that though. Maybe we'll have 3 small ones across the bottom. I don't like him on there. What's he do? Oh, they're off now, look. Oh, these are those lovely perfume adverts. Oh yeah, these will be nice. About that one. That way maybe. I think it needs something bigger because, in fact, and it's going to have the pattern over the top, isn't it? I was thinking there's not much. Yeah, let's go for that. There's not much variety of page behind it, but of course it's going to have tissue over it. So tissue, bless you. You know what I mean. Not tissue. Well, it could have napkin. Yeah, you could put napkin over it. Oh, I could be at this for a while. And then when they're done, you can put labels and other things on top. Oh, it's a very noisy. Oh, it's that motorbike. I was going to say, that's a noisy car. That way. Yeah, don't go over the top with that. We'll be going over the top when we put the paper on. Pattern paper or whatever it is we use. I could use that Tim Holtz over this now, couldn't I? I was going to say something then. Yeah, the digitals might run when I put the glue on them. I hadn't thought about that. You don't want to stick, do you? Sticky book page on sticky book page. You made a mess there, Denise. No, he definitely does not want to stick on there. Come on. So it's a good job he's going underneath some tissue. That'll sort you out. What's the matter with you? I think I've gone so mad with the glue thinking that tissue's going on the top. They only need to be held in place a little bit really, don't they? Oops. Glued a few of my fingers there. Oh, I was going to cut that white out. But it's not going to be white, is it? Because it's going to have tissue over it. So you don't have to cut out your white pieces of your fussy cuts. Do you want to use wet? Neither of you. Nor you. Yeah, if you put in coloured paper over them. Let's close that up. So, do you think I can do it all in one? Where did I put that tissue? On the scrap box. Without waiting for those to dry, I think I probably can. Let me just cut it down a little bit. While we're going there. Oops, because I'm going to piece some of it. Okay. More plastic, please. There we go. Yeah, can you see how it's bending with the glue on it? I usually flatten them between coats in my books. So this might be a little bit tricky, but we'll see. So I'm using PVA and water here. You could just use your glue stick. I've done that before, it does work okay. Depending on how easily your glue stick will glide over stuff. You can use Mod Podge, and I've got a little bit of Mod Podge just sitting here waiting to be used up, so I'm going to add that into the glue. Well, I've just remembered, what else have I done with it? This. I dug this Cosmic Shimmer Sparkle Pearl PVA. It's basically it's PVA glue with glitter in it, I think, and I thought I'd just mix it into that. Again, I got it from a friend. I got a lot of craft stuff off. I didn't buy it. Well, I mean, I bought the whole lot. Bought a bundle, massive bundle off her, and yeah, it's just sat there for about 6 months. Oh, easy 6 months, maybe more. We had the caravan. I remember going to the caravan after I'd picked it all up. Did I do that bit? Can't remember. Right. And again, it doesn't matter whether it's the right way up or not, because the book page is all directions. So this can be in all directions too. I've got a bit of a crease there, but that's okay. A little bit with this, because it, I think, gets into more of the creases if you've got creases. That's it, and then go across there and cut it off. I think that'll be the easiest thing to do, and then I can just put my brush under this line here. Okay, there you go. Oh, that really stuck down there. I'll have a look at you in a minute. Are you? Oh dear. Am I still on that? Yeah. So hard to see it there. Yeah, I sounded a bit crazy with that, didn't I? That one's going to stick down, no problem. Oh, someone's got the car radio quite loud out there. Go away. We don't want that. That's the problem when it's red hot and people don't want to be in the houses. People that normally are. Yeah, I am still on the plastic. I'm like, don't do that on your table. That's it. And I just, where was the join? Yeah, it's all stuck down, that join's all stuck. So that kind of needs to, I'll put it the other way out like that. Just dry. And I'm going to put it in between these two heavy books. I've got two of these, and they are heavy. Oh, on my desk, and I'll take it down to the greenhouse when I go. Okay, so let me know if you have a go and make anything. We did quite a lot, didn't we? They're all waiting. That one's quite dry, actually. Yeah, they're drying quite quickly. Waiting to go down and be dried, and then what have we got? Yes, I've got pink on quite a few of them, so I can make them stronger again by putting some paper backing on, or I could just coffee dye or stencil the back and use them as is. I've already done that one, and it is thicker. Put coffee dye on it, I mean. Yeah, coffee dyed paper. How many more have I got? I've got this one, which is very wet. I must have had a lot of glue on that one and this one. Okay, so these are the two that I've not got the papers over the top. So these are on their first drying, and then they will want either some fussy cuts or some papers on. This one's got both on. So when that's done, it's ready to go. This one just got the pattern paper on, but I'm not putting anything else on that, so that will be ready to go when it's dried. And this one's just got that pattern paper on, which yeah, I'm going to make into tags and then put embellishments on them. Okay, so we got lots done. I'm thrilled with all those, and yeah, I might make another one or two of these, not in the sewing theme, but in a different theme. And I'll definitely be using all these book pages up, so if you've got book pages to use up, there you go. Right, that's me, I'm going, and I will see you tomorrow for Scrappy Sunday. Have a lovely day. Bye for now.